Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to another video. For you guys that don't know me, which is probably a lot, my name is Dante MXG, Dante Moore. And today's video, we're going to be doing, well, it was going to be 10 things that I dislike about the car, but I couldn't necessarily think of 10 whole things. I had to write it in my little book, and I only got 5. So instead of 10 things that I don't like about this car, it's going to be 5 things that I don't like about this car, because I really love this car. And thinking of these 5 things, you probably heard it a lot, was really hard, honestly. Like, it took me maybe a few weeks to actually think of 5 things. And then the other night I was like, okay, I need to really sit down and think hard about at least 5 things. My mindset was thinking 10 at first, but then I was like, you know what, I'm not going to think of 10. If I can think of 6, then I'll do 6. But I can only think of 5 current things that I dislike about the car. And today, we're going to talk about that.
Classic, you crazy. Yeah, caution, I'm not got different diabolical thoughts. I know, love steady coming from my mouth. I'm toxic, playing with the poison, fuck me up. I'm addicted.
All right, you guys, see how bright that looks? Jeez. I'm on my iPhone right now. I'm going to be switching up between my phone and the camera. I'm still kind of getting used to it. Well, not getting used to it, but trying to find the perfect settings and stuff like that. So I have my book, right? So for number 1, right? A lot of people would say that they dislike that. I don't want to, the trunk. Here, let's get closer to it. The trunk button. Is that the trunk button? That's the trunk button right there. Me, I don't really hate it. I think I've opened this, so it's just gonna pop open for me. But I don't really hate it. So that's definitely not one on my list versus everyone else who put that on their list. For me, number 1 would be the lack of Bluetooth. Oh, before I get on that, I should probably say that I have the 2019 Heritage Edition, the pearl white tri-coat one. So I have a 2019 versus an 18 or a 20 or a 17 or a 16, or you get the gist. But I have a 2019 Heritage Edition 370Z, and I'm sure you guys heard this before, but from when they first made this car to 20, everything is exactly the same in the base model, unless you get like the Roadster Edition or the Sports Edition that will come with the little mini touchpad. But I have that hand sanitizer, marker, tire gauge, another tire gauge, tire tread, just stuff that I throw in there that will be useful for the car. But that would be number 1 for me as far as 5 things that I dislike about the car, right? And then number 2 for me would be, of course, one that everyone talks about is the blind spots. That little window right there, it only works if the seat is the way that it is. It's kind of pushed up forward, but I'm usually in here by myself. Well, it's rare, but it's not rare to have a second passenger in my car. So number 2 would be blind spots. Now 3 for me would be the problem that everybody runs into when they first buy this car. The badges, the chrome accent badges. Now you're probably saying, that's not chrome, what do you mean? Now, I recently just got this and the front side taken off. The chrome accents for the 370Z, and then the badges that I still have. Why? It's more of a momentum of what was the first big small thing and I managed to get them off without damaging them. So yeah, maybe I can like make those badges look better. So if I ever have a friend who's got that stock emblem bullshit, I can just be like, here you go, take these. They're black or whatever color, but the chrome accent badges just looks horrendous, and now they look a million times better. All right, coming up in number 4 is, well, the problem that is probably the biggest for me. Number 4 is definitely the biggest problem for me, and probably a lot of other people too. Now, I've heard what this car sounds like with an aftermarket exhaust. I've heard this car, what it sounds like with stock, because that's what I have. I have a stock exhaust. All right, so, okay, so that guy who is currently talking, yes, that's me, but he said it was completely stock. Now, that's not 100% true, which is why the next video we're going to do a history lesson on the car. So he's half right. The exhaust is stock. It's stock to a certain extent. So I recently learned that my valves, or the exhaust itself, before I bought the car, the last owner did some slight tweaking, right? And the from the cats to the mufflers, right? Those have been cut off, right? And replaced with a straight pipe. So essentially, I'm not as quiet as he thinks, because he doesn't know yet. So we're going to let him continue saying what he's going to say. And then me, I'm going to come in the next video and tell you guys more about that exhaust and the history of the car. So I only recently found out, so I just wanted to, just insert that little clip right in the middle of where he's speaking. So let's get back to him and him saying what he thinks. It's too quiet. I've gone through my share of tunnels. Well, I have one where I live, so I'll just throw the manual, downshift, take off. You hear the engine perfectly. It sounds beautiful, but it's stock. So if I got an aftermarket exhaust, then it would sound fucking amazing. Now I am looking at 2 exhausts. We got the Valvetronic F1 exhaust that they just dropped, and then there's also the NVIDIA exhaust. Now, the difference between the two is probably 2 different things. The Valvetronic F1 exhaust sounds amazing, right? I've heard it in person. I was at the launch of it, and but to hear a Valvetronic exhaust, F1 exhaust on this car would be fucking amazing. And the difference between the 2 other differences, pricing, where the NVIDIA that I'm looking at is like $900, and the Valvetronic one is around almost $3,000. But if you add in the carbon fiber tips like I want and the resonator, then that's pushing a good 3,000, almost 3,400. So let's get a little rev in for you guys. Let's see how quiet this thing is. Damn airplane. So I'm gonna yeah, that's not gonna be in there. Well, it definitely is, but now it's gone, so you guys can hear how quiet that is. Hold up. I apologize. I was not expecting that to sound so good. But then again, once the engine, from what I've noticed, once the engine heats up and it turns off, sits for a little bit, it actually sounds a little crisp. Sounds much nicer But I do one pull, you hear it really come out, and then I can't do that pull again because it's just like gone. But that was actually pretty good. I don't think it's going to sound quiet on here. I haven't listened to it just yet. I've only heard it from inside the view. So when I listen to it from the phone, in the camera, I'm probably like, but that alone, that sounded pretty fucking good. That sounded really good. Complaint number 5 for me. This one was hard to really find, I guess. Not find. I found it, but it wasn't really a big problem for me. But I needed a 5th one, so this was probably the oh, I can't find a 5th one, so I'm gonna throw you on there. So that's 5. At nights, from what I've noticed, if I have a passenger with me at night, like I've gone to the store and I had a passenger with me, and I notice that it gets foggy. The windows in the inside gets foggy, and so that random cut was, well, this is the phone, and it's telling me I have no space. And it's like, what do you mean? I've only used 57 gigabytes out of 64 gigabytes, but it definitely just threw off my trail. Oh, I was talking about having a passenger in the vehicle at night. It gets foggy. When I'm by myself, that doesn't really happen. It doesn't happen at all. And I think that's only for when it's a little colder outside. It doesn't seem to do it as often when I have a second passenger in the vehicle at night, since it's starting to get warmer now and the temperatures are rising. So it kind of just doesn't do that. But that would be the 5 things that I don't like about the Z. Now, the next one, the 10 things that I do like about the video, will definitely have maybe 10, maybe more. I'm not sure, because I can list a good bit of stuff about the cars that I do like. So the 5 things that I don't like is the lack of Bluetooth, the nighttime when it gets foggy, it kind of gets foggy in the car. Small blind spots, that's another. The chrome accents that I've taken care of, I guess you can't really say that I have 5 anymore, because I've already changed that one detail. And the stock exhaust is quiet, but that wasn't really necessarily quiet, but it's going to sound a lot better in person when I get an aftermarket exhaust. So that will definitely be happening. Who knows when? Prices are actually going up. So, but those are 5 things. 5 things that I don't like about the car, and the 10 things that I like about the car will most likely be easier to think of, because there's a lot of stuff that I like about this car. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you know, do hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop the next video. Next video will not be 10 things that I like. The next video will actually be a history lesson about my 2019 370Z, and I'll go more in depth of what it is. I mean, I've already touched on it being a Heritage Edition, but that's going to be it for this video. And, well, stay happy, stay experts, and as always, stay drivers. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hang on. Before we end the video off, let's do one more. I hope the fire station doesn't get upset with me. Let's do it one more time. You guys sit right there. Don't move. The first one was bad, but I'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, caution